well, yeah.
I had no idea we were running that late. Sorry, folks. Come on in if you're out there.
In the green room.
In the green room. Wondering where Glenn is again this morning.
Yeah. Maybe he hasn't had any sleep again. Bless him.
I don't know. I'm getting concerned. So, hope he's all right.
Hope he's okay. Yeah. Oh, you're all right, Glenn, if you're out there.
Come on in whenever you can, Glenn. And same thing with Rex. Rex isn't around yet this morning.
No, I haven't seen him for a few days.
Sometimes he pops in. Most of the time he's Sunday. Folks, come on in. We're here. We're glad you're here as well. My Facebook is now live. We're all good to go. This is Comics by Night. We got a great book to look at that I know Glenn wouldn't want to miss. But maybe I should send him a message.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to say rest in peace to Mike DeSantis. He's the guy who created and runs the Great Lakes Con that I will be at in a couple of weeks. He passed suddenly.
It's a pity.
It is. On Monday, he was a really good guy. One of the best, and the Detroit convention scene won't be the same without him. Used to have him at my Flint Comics cons and set up and sell books. And always had a good time. Invited me to his shows all the time. Put on a great show. It was a very good organizer.
Is somebody going to take over from him, do you think?
I think his family's going to continue as the show.
Well, that's good.
And the big thing now is to make sure this current one goes off because it's next weekend. So, and again, condolences to the family. Mike DeSantis is a really good dealer. Nice guy. Going to run the opening, and we'll get things running here. Let's do that. Right. He said scrambling. There we are. Right there.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
I know what it is. It's Valentine's Day. Come on in, folks. Happy Valentine's Day. It's the 14th of February, 2025. You guys have Valentine's Day over there?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Ridiculous amounts of retail consumer rubbish.
Hearts, little cupids, shooting
arrows. Yeah, everywhere. Flowers.
Yeah.
I buy my wife flowers all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't need to do it on Valentine's Day.
There you go. Yep. I'm of a completely different mindset. I told my wife I don't buy her flowers all the time because I didn't do anything wrong. And the one time I did buy her flowers, I hand wrote the card that said, and I didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong.
And she still, and that was quite, well over a decade and a half ago, and she still got that card. So there we are. But yeah, all of the flowers and plants, most of the plants we have here in the house are all artificial anyway.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, we're not good with house plants.
I love my wife, but she has a black thumb.
Yeah,
but
my weird because my wife looks after the garden. She's great with the garden, but she's awful with house plants.
Yeah,
so we don't have any because I'm even worse.
Yeah. Come on in, folks. We're glad you're here. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work at Arrow Comics. Latest works are The Atlantean, which is a story, sword and sorcery tale that I wrote that Mr. Leach there did all the artwork for. And it's based off of The Shadow Kingdom, which adapted a Robert E. Howard story. His the first sword and sorcery story, first Cull story, Cull and Brule, as they find.
That's a lovely black and white version they did.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah. It's oversized. It's good fun.
Magazine size, black and white, beautiful gray tones. Critical Blast arranged that for us, did a fantastic job. And that's available for retail as well. So contact criticalblast.com for more information on that. I'm sure they're going to be real happy to help you. So also, well, with me this morning is Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am my name's Russ Leach, and I am a comic book artist from the UK, currently working on the Atlantean with Arrow Comics and Randy Zimmerman. You want to find out more about that? Because of course you do, because everybody's loving it. We've even got a letters page in issues 2. Check that out.
We do.
It's not traditional letters, obviously. It's Twitter responses, but it's great. It's great that people have been so up and excited about the work that we're doing, and eager to see issue 2. And if you want to find out about issue 2, get your name on the list. Sign up for the email list at russleach.com. We've got a fundraiser, a crowdfunder, coming early March. I think it's the 3rd of March. We're going to start. That'll run for a month. So that's the best place to get the book. But if you can't, that's okay, because it'll go to retail afterwards, and you can pick it up at Amazon or even better at Critical Blast. But if you want to find out more about that, go to the russleach.com website. Sign up for that email list. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. And we're continuing our look at Slaine, Warrior's Dawn. After I edit my name here. Let's get that fixed, so that's out of the way. There we go.
Well, were we about halfway through, or?
Yeah, we were about exactly halfway through.
Ah, that's all right then.
Looking at some great art already. We're up to the bull dance. See that? All right. Pull that here more in the center. Looking okay this morning. Aha, HR is in the house. HR is waving. Not quite sure what that icon is. Is that an okay sign?
It's a trumpet or a cornet. It looks like.
Okay, French horn.
French horn, yeah, that kind of thing.
Aha. Yeah, band from the 80s.
But I may be wrong.
Yeah. See everything all right? Looks a little blurry to me.
It's a little blurry, but it normally sort of sorts itself out, doesn't it? It's a little better. Thanks.
Get more of a direct shot at it there.
Mm-hmm.
Not much better.
No.
Just a hair.
Yeah, zoom in. Yeah, there you go. It is adjusting itself. Maybe that black page didn't help.
More Belardinelli.
Wow.
So line work here.
Pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. See what they say by bull dance here.
Mm.
There we go. It's all beautiful thin line work back here. Crazy face. Nice eye. Well done. Rawr. Maybe Glenn went to an early brunch.
He's brunching it up.
Yeah.
It's very posh though, brunch.
Yeah. Still dancing. Here we go.
Yeah. It's a bit serious. He's getting, like we were saying before, he improves every time he comes back to the page.
Yeah, sorry for the earthquake, folks.
All right.
Just trying to get things
That's a bit better now. Yeah. It's coming into focus. Yeah, he does get better.
Seems a little throbby.
Yeah. It's funny that when you look at his work, the only criticism I have for his work is that sometimes his figures can be a little stiff. And like I was saying, I think he's got better and better every time. But look at the bull. There's absolutely no stiffness in that.
No, looks really good.
It's weird. There's no stiffness in that. It's a really nice motion.
This artwork really reminds me a lot of European comics, Italian comics.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Well, he is Italian, isn't he?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Bandinelli. Berardinelli.
Belardinelli.
Belardinelli. We'll pronounce that correctly just at the end of the book.
One day.
Yeah. Berardinelli. Anyway.
Oh, here we go. Complete change of pace.
Hero's Blood. Mike McMahon.
Look at him go. Oh,
crazy good stuff. That's
yeah.
why one of the main reasons we're looking at this. It's horns, HR says. Horns echoes out of the landscape of mountains. Yep.
Mm. Oh, it's very, very sharp now. Oh, I like that. It's good.
All line work here. I'm leaving the camera alone as much as possible.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is great. Look at that.
Ancient Celtic origins, right? Slaine would be.
Yeah, I would say.
Druids,
Druids and Celts. Yeah. We our country, our islands, Scotland, and you know we've got like Cornwall in the west. We have the whole of Ireland. Obviously, we don't, but part of the islands. You've got Ireland. There's the stories up in the north. Then you've got Scotland as well. The whole country, the set of isles is just full of such a rich tapestry of myths and legends, but unfortunately so much of it was kicked out by Christianity. And then modern times have done whatever they've done to it. It was such a mystical place. Albion, that's what we were. But it's just, and this kind of stuff sort of harkens back to that. Obviously did quite a bit of research when they looked into it to do the writing. It's Pat Mills, isn't it?
Yes, Mills.
Yeah, well, there you go. A great researcher as well as a writer. So, But yeah, it's just and Mike McMahon. I still don't know how to say his name. He just he gives it that kind of ancient grit, if you know what I mean. His style, really nice. It's mad that his style is just they do have similarities. Yep. It's mad that his style not only fits this, but you can stick him on Dread and he'll give that a feel. Not as shiny as say Bolland or Smith, but still a real gritty feel. And it's perfect. It's perfect for this.
That's what I was going to say. He's got a gritty quality to his art. Esquerra the same way.
Esquerra. It's amazing. It's amazing that Esquerra can do. It just proves how good these artists are. Yeah. He's got a really gritty style as well, and yet he could do this. He could do Strontium Dog. He could do Judge Dredd, and he just brings that grit to all of them.
Yeah. Look at that. It's all line work, folks.
Yeah.
Beautiful inking work. No, very few solids. Always lines, just working to show different shades. Drop characters back using a thinner line weight. It's beautiful stuff. I don't know why he put that line in here, though. He probably didn't need it. Probably put it there and was going to erase it. Never did.
Never did. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
That's great stuff.
He just fills his panels so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
That took a little while. It's all line work back here.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. I bet he's got it down though. He's got it down to a.
Oh yeah. He's probably
He
got some kind of RSI as well.
I'm not familiar with the term.
So repeat. He's got some kind of. It's a repetitive injury to the wrist.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, got to be careful with that too.
Like I suppose like
Let's get a little wrist brace and just
Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah. Well, Bernie had carpal tunnel all the way up his arm.
Yeah.
So
that carpal tunnel is actually like a genetic thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
As against repeat injury. But still.
I think Sam Keith has the same injury. You really have to be careful, especially when you're doing this kind of line work.
Yeah.
To make sure that you build up those muscles. Just like this business, this whole industry, really every asset of it, because we're in a entertainment format, doesn't involve a lot of movement either. You're sitting a lot, like watching TV or working, on at the board. You do have to get up and move.
Yeah. It's like you're sitting down and doing what we're doing is kind of the worst thing to do for your body.
Yeah.
Sitting is not great for you, but so you're right. That's why you have to get up. I get up multiple times during the day to stretch and do stuff, and I go training 3 times a week as well. So
we hit the gym.
Yeah, well, no, just karate training, just getting yourself up and moving about, doing stuff.
Oh. No, I was saying that's what the wife and I do.
Oh, right, you go to the gym.
Hit the gym.
But either way, just being active. Don't just sit there and just because we sit down most of the time and draw or write or whatever it is doesn't mean you should ignore the rest of your body.
Yeah,
because you'll be able to draw and write for a lot longer.
that and an egg timer.
Yeah,
in handy.
Exactly, with a monkey on it.
I have a little monkey. Yeah. That you just.
Yeah, I have an alarm. Yeah, because otherwise you just wouldn't get up.
Yep, just to remind yourself, because I've had days pass.
Yeah, you just sit there and just completely engrossed in what you're doing.
Yep, as long as you're that's why I like working in the house when it's quiet. You start to all of a sudden 4 hours have gone by and you're just wondering where the time went. Nice figure here.
Yeah. Lighting as well. Nice.
Yeah. The only solids really are in the logo. Meant to be in black and white, that's for sure. And they show off an alphabet here.
Yeah. In runes or whatever.
Yeah.
No one should ever put any color on this ever.
No, I'd just kill it.
Yeah.
I could see it on slicker paper. This is kind of on high scale newsprint here. And when it was first printed, it was on low scale newsprint.
Yeah.
So I could see it getting a little bit better paper stock, a little gloss to it, but no color.
They did occasionally color the center pages.
Yeah.
So whether Mahan, whether he actually colored it himself with a brush, or whether he just gave them the black and white and let somebody else color it over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know. I suspect he may have just given it to them, and then they coloured it over the top because
And it was that
they
old style
decided it was a centre spread. So
yeah, it was that old style web press coloring too, like the old comics in the Silver Age. Just fun stuff. And they put it in color because of the way the book was printed. The outer cover and the center spread were in color.
We're in color. Yeah. Everything else was black and white. Yeah.
Folded and stapled and trimmed and done. Yep.
It worked though. It was when you think about it, it's weird to have the center spread in color and everything else in black and white. But it kind of worked. Yeah. And it highlighted the story of the issue. So, you know, a lot of the times the stories that you were waiting for, or a brand new story or something like that, would be the one they chucked in the center pages. Yeah. And it used to jump out.
And again, for that, when you opened the book, it would just naturally fall to the center because of the
exactly, just flop open. Yeah. No, I love those. Those were great times.
That was a good format. It was a good delivery. It was a great material, right time, right place. Just incredible
definitely.
Stuff. Those old 2000s.
I think it goes
highly enough.
It goes to prove that, you know, just because you find yourself with more efficient, better in quotation marks technology, doesn't make things better.
Yeah.
If they still had like good web presses, you know, I know they do. There are still some about, but it's not the cheapest way of doing it anymore because it's not the most abundant way of doing it anymore. If they still did that and they still made comics like this and they were still really cheap, you know, people would still be buying them.
I think that went a long way to their numbers and their popularity was the fact that they were accessible and inexpensive.
Yeah.
I learned that when I did my Flint Comics paper. You know, it took a little while to catch on. Once people realized that it was there once a month, they started building a real nice following.
Well, yeah, I mean, people talk about the content and, you know, because obviously there's a lot of crap about from the corporate comics at the moment. There are a few good ones, but most of it's just dross. It's awful. And there's you know, so many of the comics, the way that they're printed, even the good ones, they're all sort of like $5-6. You know, the independent ones. If you really, you know, like little tiny independents like us, then they're even more expensive because of the print runs and everything. And we've got ourselves into this situation through a long period, you know, like only going to comic book shops instead of going to newsstand. And I'm not saying that a newsstand now would solve all the issues. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, while there was newsstand, it was in everybody's faces. Yeah. It was cheap, it was fun, and everybody saw it every day because it was on a news stand or because it was in a shop. You know, like we used to have newspaper shops when I was a kid. We don't have them anymore, not really. But even you know the local sort of corner shop, a 7-Eleven, I suppose, in America. But you know, a convenience store over here, they'd all have newspapers and comics sitting on the side, and it would be somewhere that people just knew they were there. Kids knew they were there. Yeah. So you're always going to get a percentage of people that will like comics. Not everybody does. It's like not everybody likes science fiction films. Not everybody likes chess. Not everybody likes football. That's just the way it is. But there's always going to be a percentage of people who like comics, even the physical ones, picking them up. And if they're cheap and they're you know, omnipresent, ubiquitous, they're everywhere, people will buy them, and they'll buy them in large numbers. But as soon as you put them somewhere where people can't see them, in comic book shops, don't get me wrong, I love a comic book shop, I'm a nerd, but as soon as you tack them away from the general public forget they're there and they stop buying them.
That's what it is.
And then you start putting the prices up as well, and kids won't buy them.
Yep.
So, you know, there's your problem. I'm not saying I have the solution. All I'm saying is the problem started an awful long time ago.
Yeah, because I remember back in the 2000s during the Gemmas days thinking that Marvel Comics couldn't get any worse. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, they got a lot worse. Yeah.
Marv says it was a huge disappointment for me when Marvel started coloring Conan. Some stuff should be in black and white. Have a great weekend. Yeah, those Savage Swords definitely have a lot of charm to HR says, I'm isolated in my apartment with a fraction of my art left, as the narcs, psychopaths, sociopaths is after the rest. I go to the food store, eat one meal a day to hinder fat gain, and invest and
Andrew
rebuild.
Build. Well, good on you. Focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Matt Black's in the house. This is morning all. Did I just hear Russ sing Mahana?
Manamana. No,
Oh, boy.
I was just trying to say Mike Mahan's name.
Mahan.
McMahon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how it was pronounced.
The new Conan has a great color palette, but it's not the same. Got to go back. See you Sunday. All right, Marvy. Take care.
Cheers, man.
HR says yes.
Yeah, I'm starting to hear. I'm starting to hear a little bit of unease about the new Conan stuff. So it's just a few people have written some reviews that are like, not sure where this is going. This isn't quite what I want. You know, I think it's difficult because often you're stuck with you know, what the old books were like and how great they were, and sometimes it's unfair to compare. But at the same time, you know, if you're buying the book and you want a particular standard, then I can understand. That's not to say there hasn't been some great artists in there. There have, but yeah, it got a great response when it first turned up, as it should, because it was great. But it's a few people feel that it's starting to fall away a little bit, which is sad. I haven't bought any of the floppies yet. I've gone and looked online at stuff. I'm waiting for trade paperbacks, and then I'll fill my boots.
I've got them. I just haven't read them.
No,
I just picked some up a couple weeks ago. Caught up to date. Yeah.
Rob de la Torre, or Torres, however you say his name. Mm-hmm. He's got he looks like he's literally channeling Buscema.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then it isn't great. Mm-hmm. It's like when you, as far as instant gratification is concerned, it is great. It's like, I love what he's doing. He's obviously got it down pat. Mm-hmm. But then you kind of feel like, is this an impersonation? Is the only reason that people are liking it is because it looks like Buscema?
Yeah.
You know, I can't fault his ability. He's got a beautiful loose style, and it does look very like Buscema. And you know, like I said, if you asked me 10 years ago, I'd have given you my left arm and said, "Yeah, let me draw like that." Now, you know, and I'm not saying I'm anywhere near Robert Latore's abilities. He's a fantastic artist, but I don't know that I'd want to be confused, because there have been some people go, "Oh, is that Buscema?" It's like, no, it's Robert Latour. You know, it's like, I'd rather people just know straight away that's a Russ Leach.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, you can see he's inspired by John Buscema. You can see who he's inspired by, but that's a Russ Leach. And I think I'd prefer that. But there you go.
HR says Kerry Nord stuff is good, and that crew, John Buscema, dude, Torres. Yeah.
No, it's no doubt there's some quality stuff there. I can't knock it from the art perspective. I can't knock it. It's interesting that they put, sort of with some time travel thing, they put all the characters in the same environment. I personally don't like that. They weren't part of the same. They're not a team. They're not in the same environment. That's just me. That's just a personal thing. You know, if you enjoy that story, then great. You know.
You remember the episode we did with that Simonson graphic novel, The Judas Coin?
Yeah.
Where he went to all these different time periods. They've done kind of one of the Savage Swords is like that, only it's got a black stone. And it goes
it's the black stone. That's what this is. It's I don't want to see Cole and Conan in the same environment. And I know they've done that before. I know Marvel did it as well.
Yeah, they did that in the regular they did that in the Titans regular floppy Conan.
They did that.
They put Conan and Cull, and I think Solomon Kane and Conan together.
That's right. They did all that, and Marvel did it back in the day as well.
Yeah.
Marvel did it back in the day. I'm just saying, I don't like that. I'm not a fan. Bit of a purist.
Well, that issue
Don't like that.
of Savage Sword is working in the opposite direction. Everybody's in their timeline. It's just one element that's bouncing from.
That's
like the heavy metal movie.
Yeah, that's
know?
okay. That's I don't mind that. So the Blackstone thing I think is okay. But when they literally put Cull and Conan in the same room together,
right?
Not a fan. I'm not a fan. And like I say, I know it's not just now. They've done it before. The old Marvel comics did it before. I'm just not a fan. So
Marvel 14 and Conan's 14 and 15. They crossed over with Elric for.
But again, Elric I don't mind.
Yeah,
because Elric is not Robert E. Howard.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of a crossover. That's almost like DC and Marvel doing a crossover. It's like, okay, I can do that. But I don't like. I don't know. It's a canon thing.
Well, and then Howard did that too in the war in the
Black Man Morn.
Yeah,
but that was almost like a ghost.
Yeah, Cole was there, but he was like a ghost. Yep.
But that wasn't the two of them teaming up against do you know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It's not the same thing at all. In my view, it's just my opinion. I'm just hickey like that.
You got ale, I got ale. You got an axe, I got an axe.
I got an axe. Yeah. Let's go kill some stuff.
Exactly. Nice little. Is that a lodestone? Some great work here.
Yeah, it's lovely stuff, isn't it? He's drawn that face 3 times, almost the same. So that's good.
Almost. See a little Kirby in there. There's a lot of different influences.
Yeah, there's a lot of influences. I can definitely see Kirby in his work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now for the Shoggy Beast. Still Pat Mills, Mike McMahon, letters, Tom Frame. Originally published in Prague's 340 to 351.
How long did they go on for? That's quite a long time, isn't it?
What, the 2000s? They're still running.
Yeah, they're still running, aren't they? I mean, it's one of the longest running titles, surely.
Well, originally they were weekly too. I'm not sure. I think they're monthly now.
They're monthly now. Yeah, they're monthly now.
Back when they were weekly, they were accumulating numbers real quick,
Yeah.
But that was cool. You could sit there and collect 4 or 5 issues in a row and just sit there and read them. A little bit of Jack Davis, HR says. Yep. See a little bit of that in there too. Yeah. Beast right there.
Oh, I love those hands down the bottom left there. It's a bit Nosferatu-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, the claws.
And they've got the fact you can actually see the beast on the next page. That's cool.
Yeah.
Rawr. Rawr.
Interesting panel. Chopped off his hand.
Oh, it's like a warty hog thing.
Yeah. It's a Shoggy Beast.
Take that hand off.
Does that look a little swampy? Looks like it grew back. That would be that hand, right?
No, it's his left hand.
Right.
Just chop the left hand off.
That's the way it was twisted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's still missing it there.
It's got a stump.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to feel sorry for the beast now. I feel sorry for the beast.
Uh-oh.
You always end up feeling sorry for the beast.
Some dialogue heavy pages here. Look at that.
Yeah. No messing with dialogue.
Just a couple of uhs.
Show, ooh. Don't tell.
Vroom, chrome.
Nice 6 panel grid as well.
Yeah. Interesting. Still going. It's interesting.
It didn't. The letterer didn't have a huge amount to do this issue.
No, well, there's a little bit of
Yeah, a little bit
exposition here. This is still part 1, so. Yeah.
Yuko the slave.
Who are they? Yuko. There we are.
Oh wow, like that. Look at that.
Can't argue with that at all. It's great. Look at that mess of antlers. Smoke. Great stuff.
I think his style gives him so much freedom.
Yeah.
He's not looking for any realism whatsoever. He's just making things. It's almost like everything he does is carved out of clay.
Yeah.
It's very solid and full of character and life.
Even without the inking technique there, he's got a very individual style look to his drawings.
And he can just, I mean, that guy bottom right there, his nose, what's that all about? But it doesn't matter. He can just do it with his style. Bottom right, very bottom on the right. There you go. Him, yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's just weird. Just that whole thing is just weird. You know, if I drew a face like that, I'd go, "Oh my god, I can't. That's wrong." But he draws it because it's his style, and it's gorgeous. It's just like,
yeah, and that's a reoccurring character here too.
Yeah,
nebbish dude. Yeah,
and he just, you know, his style gives him this freedom to be really creative. It's great stuff.
Yeah. Still kind of staying in them six panel grid. Splits a panel every once in a while. It's that same character there.
Yeah, got that nose again.
Oh, it's gone. Thank you very much. Lovely. Thank you. Cheers.
What's he done? He's just kicked him.
Yeah.
It was like, oh right, I see. He's got like a lead or something.
For a minute there, I thought he was using the old time displacement experiment.
I thought he'd stuck a pole up his ass.
It's an old Vaughn Baudet cartoon where it's got a Cheech wizard. It's a little lizard in a big hat. And this other goofy little apprentice lizard says, "Do a trick. Come on, do a trick." And he gets tired of listening to him. He goes, all right. Says, I'll show you my time displacement trick. It's magic. Put your hands above your head. He raises his hands up. He kicks him square in the balls. And he goes, now notice how every second is just dragging. Then you're in just sheer agony as every click of the top or tick of the clock goes by. He says, there you go. He goes walking away while the lizard's holding his groin in a fetal position, groaning on the floor. Hey,
funny.
We'll look at Vaughn Baudet one of these days. Love that guy's work. There's a little four panel tier. Still got that kind of breaks it here in the 3 panels, but for the most part, he's pretty rigid here. It's kind of unusual because he was going all over the place there for a little bit.
Yeah, I like that bottom 3 where Slaine throws that spear. and it hits the guy, pushes him up in the air. That's just like fantastic.
Yeah.
This is lovely. Look at the detail there in the hair, and then all that. Is that like the bottom right there with it tells you next week?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like grass or something on the side there?
It is. It's like grass, but it's starting to rain.
Right.
Here, it's got the diagonal white streaks going through it.
The tree up there, that's just wonderful.
Bushes here, the elephant. Sweet. You're talking that tree. Just the swamp work here. It's really nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah. Real well done. It's raining. Nice effect.
It looks wet as well.
Yeah. Starting to get drenched. Hair's hanging down. Yeah.
When you consider all the line works going on there, it's really impressive that you can make things look wet and dank.
I'm not quite sure how he's doing that, whether he's adding white stripes in it later or if he's going around it with the ink.
It's two things going on there. I think what he's doing is he's putting white out for the raindrops, but also the way that he's got the hair lank. And for instance, in that panel on the left-hand side there, with the guy with the big ears, no, the panel above, that one, his hat is kind of drooping somewhat. He's got him stooped. He's being looked at by Slaine. Slaine is looking down to him, and it's got this whole sort of essence of being under the weight of water.
Yeah,
under the weight of rain, and it's really clever. All the aspects are going to making it look like it's raining really hard. Very, very clever.
Since I see it carved out of a tree, very similar thought. HR says, smiling. Almost like the old woodcuts.
Yeah. And then I'll do things like where Slaine's face is there on the right hand page. He just leaves his teeth, no detail whatsoever, just a white mouth. Totally gets away with it because it's brilliant. Ooh. Oh, it's the hog monster.
Yeah. There's light here. It's nice.
Great, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah. Or woolly mammoth.
Do you like mammoth?
Little boar. Yeah.
Oh, the monster's out again. Rawr.
Yeah. Toss. Slaine. Soft. Little word balloon going outside of into the gutter there.
He's done it a few times. Yeah.
part 4 here. Nice.
It's great, isn't it? Rawr. There's a lot of roaring going on.
Yeah. And again, real dialogue heavy here.
Mm.
Funk. Arg. Rip.
Oh, stuck him.
Yeah.
Oh, the poor monster. I feel bad for the monster. Oh, it's always the monster's fault, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really squared off. Very Jack Davis here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have never noticed that if was it HR? Somebody up there mentioned it. Matt Black. HR did a little bit of Jack Davis. Now I see it all over. I really see it come through now. Definitely right there, especially very Jack Davis.
No, it was her boy. Oh, they're so unhappy.
Yeah, you kill him. Must be Slaine. Onwards. Now for Sky Chariots. That's nice. Quick backgrounds there.
I say he fills his panels so well.
Getting a little tight, yeah. And then you get great scenes like that. That's it, McMahon. Yeah. If that's him, that's a completely different style there. Hang on. I don't think that's right. I think there's another artist on this. Oh. Nope. It says it's Mike McMahon. Crazy.
Sorry, let's go get some. Yeah, that's a slightly different approach, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought it
More
was a
black
different
on
artist, but it isn't. Yeah.
No, you can see it's him. But it's just a slightly different approach.
Oh,
Is this later on? How much further has he gone on from?
Nope, this is next issue, 352 to 360.
Really?
Yep.
He just decided to do something. Maybe he was just fed up with doing all that sketching, so decided to black some stuff in, because I think that's all it is.
Seeing it in places, but it's a lot tighter. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a lot tighter. But then look at the faces.
Yeah,
they're tighter as well.
Style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with the mammoth.
I wonder what made him do that.
Oh, I'm sure it was an artistic choice of some kind.
It's almost like if you go back and look at the Belardinelli and then look at Mahone, it's almost like somebody merged the two and said, draw like that.
That's what maybe he got some instructions between the last story and this one.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't see him working in this style for very long, though.
No, it's a heavy black, isn't it? Or maybe no, because it's not just the blacks. It's the formulation of things like noses and people.
Everything's
everything's more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
rather than
ahead.
abstract. It's a more
Yeah.
realistic style. When I say real, it's difficult to use that term realistic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it isn't realistic. None of it is realistic, but it's got like it's more towards the realistic than to the abstract. And on that gauge, he's kind of leaning further that way, isn't he?
Yeah. Also on this, the page structure is completely different. He's a lot the
There's a lot more
layouts.
panels.
It's not as strict. Yeah. He was on a 6-panel grid over and over and over again, and now he's going all over the place here. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Some fantastic looking pages, but
these are great pages. Completely different approach.
Yeah, completely different in style.
Yeah, HR. I've just called up that that video. Actually, I'll have to watch it later. For anybody else looking for it,
he said there is a Slaine film in Spanish.
Yeah.
Made of the Viz book.
Yeah. Just put the link up to it. So
have you seen that? It's amazing. Amazingly done. Long before the days of AI programs. Yeah.
Yeah, people actually had to film that stuff and do it. Yeah.
It's on YouTube. There it is. It was made 15 years ago. And there's the address for it, folks, if you want to go over there and check that out. Again, talking about the 80s band. Yeah. Should save that and go over and take a look.
Yeah. Well, this style is just fantastic.
Very hot, very different, though.
Yeah. So he's bringing that abstract aspect of his style, but then putting that sort of realism, a little bit more realism in, and then the blacker inks as well, the depths of the inks. Maybe the depth,
a lot more solids.
Yeah, maybe the depth of the ink was a technical instruction. Maybe they were saying, look, this is going to look better on the paper.
I don't know. I'm thinking he just decided to change up his style. Plus, he's so much tighter here. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's running 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. He's running 10 panels.
Yeah, I mean, he's now putting less labor time into the cross hatching, and more labor time into the form, because it just doesn't look the same. It's almost like it's a different artist, but it isn't. You can see that it's him.
Yeah.
But the fact that went from one issue to the next, that's just bonkers. He just decided, no, I'm not going to draw like that anymore. I'm going to draw like this.
Well, also keep in mind the way that they scheduled these stories is not until they're all done.
Yeah, I suppose there might have been a year apart between
a couple months at least. Yeah. True. I don't know. That is so different.
It is. He's obviously decided to do something different, hasn't he?
Almost like Dick Giordano ink in here. Over Neil Adams. See that with the tones and the line, the way that it's working. Oh, look at that. That's his style.
Yeah.
It's just the inking has gotten a lot tighter. The page layouts are different. You kind of wonder if he's not working on a different size.
Maybe. But it's not just that. It's like it's the abstract nature of the way that he's doing things like faces.
Yeah.
He's definitely changed it somewhat, but it's brilliant. It's amazing to have that different. It's almost like he's gone up a gear. Do you know what I mean? And it's not to say in any way that the previous stuff was slouch, because it wasn't. It was just more abstract. Just brilliant. Look at all the work he's put in there on that hand on the bottom right. This is bonkers.
Where are we looking?
Yeah, where you are. Or where you were.
There?
No, hand. Over on the right hand side. That's it.
Here.
Yeah. There. Yeah.
It's got a lot of shading to it.
Yeah, it's mad.
almost Kevin O'Neill look to it in the inking.
Yeah.
Nemesis, which would probably be going on about this time too.
It'd be Kevin O'Neill. Yeah.
Oh, Kevin O'Neill. Sorry.
Kevin O'Neill. But you can, I mean, look at Kevin O'Neill's work and then look at this. And you, like we were saying back in the day, you know, with the Marvel guys and the DC guys in the early 70s, there'll be a lot of people looking backwards and forwards, especially in a book like this, which is multiple stories.
Mm-hmm.
People will be looking across all the stories going, oh, I like what they've done there, or I really like that, or maybe I'm going to darken my work, or I'm going to lighten my work, or whatever. So you can see them feeding off each other for inspiration.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot of times you're looking at 2000 AD almost the same way as you'd look at a heavy metal. Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what you'd be doing.
HR says looks like the influence of the Spanish and Italian in the panel layouts. Says that's the left page bottom waiting for the wife to cook my tea. Says that's me in the left page bottom waiting for the wife to cook my tea.
Down there, it's under the table. Stew, eat it.
Wow. Nice, really kicking it out here. And again, it's attributed to him, just him. Some crazy stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Really meant for black and white. Just taking up that page and showing off the detail, man. Just crazy good.
Yeah, I do. I'm wondering if there was some kind of technical thing as well, as they've said, can you just beef it up a bit?
Or maybe he wanted to do it,
But it is him, but he's definitely doing things differently. It's great.
Maybe he had some trolls writing him, well, this stuff's too abstract looking. You need to draw more like Belardinelli.
I don't think he would have taken any notice.
I don't think he would have either, but it's definitely, you could, in my opinion, these pages look tougher. There's more detail. There's more, so much more going on. It's had to have taken him longer to do.
Yeah.
They might have had to do a big editorial change, and so they ran them out of order because, out of chronologically done order. Just because they run these stories when they're done, slot them into the issues.
Yeah.
Says I can. Matt Black says I can say that because she's not here. Shh. Yeah. Shh. The drawings give the Warhammer fantasy vibes. Very moody looking. Yeah. Matt Black. Yep. Does that. Yeah, the same but very different. Look at that. He's still running his little tight faces here and there. Very different in drawing, though. Look at that. Oof.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That took an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that negative space here with the
yes, right. Yeah.
Beautifully done. Line work is immaculate on this. Just incredible.
He's really bringing it, isn't he?
He is. And then next page, he's got this huge Viking ship
Yeah.
sitting there. Just beautiful.
I've never seen this stuff before.
Amazing.
It's fantastic.
Matt says, just realized no Glenn today, no Glenn so far. We're not sure where he is, if he's sleeping in or he's it is Valentine's Day, so he might be treating his wife to a lunch or brunch. It's what, 10, 11 o'clock over there?
It is now, yeah, 10 past 11. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's time for bacon sandwiches.
There you go.
Some people might be having avocado, but not me.
Avocado.
I have a guess that I don't think Glenn will be eating avocado either.
Saw a meme on Facebook yesterday wishing that the manufacturers of avocado put a different toy inside because the guy's got enough wooden balls to last him for a while. So I keep getting wooden balls. Yeah.
I think it's funny that we talk about chucking CO2 out into the atmosphere, and yet we have many avocados in our supermarkets.
Yeah.
I don't need to eat avocado. None of us do. Keep them where they are, and save the CO2, eh?
Don't say that to the wife. She loves her guacamole.
Well, you can. They make them in. That aren't they from South America? Avocados. Yeah, that's okay. I'm in Britain. There's no need to have them shipped over here whatsoever. and that's from someone who does actually like an avocado. But yeah,
Matt Black says, "I've never understood the avocado. Tastes nothing. Taste of nothing. Tastes of nothing.
The ripe ones, because you have to be careful with avocados. If they're too ripe, they're just mushy and crap.
Yeah.
And if they're not ripe enough, they just taste like soap.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to get them just right.
Still amazing.
Yeah,
Viking chips. Crazy good.
Guacamole. That's because guacamole doesn't taste of avocado. It's like I do
like guacamole. Yeah.
What's the other stuff? Guacamole and the tomato stuff.
Salsa.
Salsa doesn't taste of tomatoes, does it?
No.
Oh, look, these are lovely pages.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely
Wow.
Amazing. Very true, Matt Black says. Now the ship is floating.
It's just brilliant. Lovely sense of depth there with the birds.
Yeah. Says that is also true.
Also true, yes. We've got a little bit of inspiration here for what we're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take again. Nice squirrel.
Squirrel.
Beautiful foliage here. Nice change of pace. Great trees.
It's just lovely.
Yeah, it is. Amazing.
It's just really well done.
The ship just floating up there off the corner in the open space there. Yeah. Nicely done.
Oh, mate, Glenn, you're missing out. I might have to buy this now. I might have to buy this.
It's almost like he discovered Prince Valiant between the last story and this one. You know, it's like, oh, okay, here we go. Or like I said, he might have gotten some bad fan mail. Oh, you want to see more realism? Screw you. I can do this. Yeah.
So, because I've got a Slaine, and I've got Slaine the Horned God, but I don't have this stuff.
No, this is the first stuff, first set.
This is number 1, is it?
Yeah.
Right. I can get that for £20, about $25.
The first collected Slaines.
Oh God, isn't that weird? No, it's just saying this title will be released on April 10th, 2025.
There you go.
It's literally just come out. They've got a new one out.
Oh, excellent then.
I'm wondering if they're reissuing Slaine because of, at the moment, like Conan's hot.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, Sword and
Actually,
Sorcery.
a very smart move on their part.
Yeah,
They need to
and then
keep
you've got Heavy Metal magazine as well coming back.
Yeah.
I think at the moment I think we're on an upward tick for 3 or 4 years. We're going to have a Sword and Sorcery and westerns, and pulp. I think that's where everything's going now.
The more not necessarily masculine, but the more machismo, macho type stories. Yeah, reaffirming. That was always my favorite anyway. The solo barbarian, almost like the Wanderer type character. It's Kill Raven. I was big on back when it was out. Claw. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I've always liked that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There's definitely been a lack of good ones out there.
Yeah. Well, now you can buy the Atlantean.
That's it exactly.
Now you can buy the Atlantean. Yeah. We're on that. We're on the crest of that wave. We're part of that wave.
Yep. I think so. Beautiful. Simple, easy.
I love. Look at the way the light he's not defined the edge of that face there, and the light has just taken over. That's great. No, on the right hand page, above your
here.
right. Yeah. That's
yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, Matt says join us next Friday when we talk about sugar puffs and how our wee smells of it afterwards. I don't know if Sarah gets up this early.
It's been a long time since I've eaten sugar puffs, so I don't actually recollect if my urine smelled any different.
I had the painted Glen Fabre one, lost it, but gonna get it again. Yeah. Well, you never know where the conversation's gonna go, Matt Black.
You don't.
Especially when we get to talking. We try not to discuss politics.
And quite often try not to discuss urine.
Yeah, that too.
Because they're kind of on a level, urine and politics.
That's very true too. But I've never run across after eating sugar puffs.
Have you eaten sugar puffs? Do you know what sugar puffs are?
Well, we have sugar pops and we have sugar smacks over here. So it's probably pretty close to one of the two. Yes, of course.
You have Rice Krispies.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
They're like a puffier version of a Rice Krispie with honey. Yeah, a puffier version.
I'd have to see one.
A big puffy version.
Yeah.
They're almost like
we have
Cheetos. They're sweet Cheetos.
We have sugar crisps. We have sugar pops, sugar smacks. So they don't say sugar anymore.
No, they're not. No, they don't want to say sugar because then you know there's sugar in there.
Yeah, such a bad word. Yeah. But yeah, it's like our Fruit Loops over here don't have any fruit in it, but they still call them Fruit Loops, and we use a lot more artificial color. At least for now, artificial colors and flavors they don't approve of worldwide. So yeah,
I find it hysterical when you get adverts with telling you how great these things are for your kids in the morning. It's like all cereals have sugar in them, all of them. Mm-hmm. It's just how much sugar there is in them.
Yeah,
just don't eat that stuff. Or if you do, be aware just how much sugar is in that stuff.
Yeah,
I eat most often it's either granola or muesli, and it's like there's sugar in that stuff as well.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a bit more natural, but it's still got sugar in it. There's sugar everywhere.
Yeah.
So just be aware. Don't give that shit to your kids. I know, because I give it to mine.
Says I have it somewhere. I had the painted Glenn Fabry one, lost it, but gonna get it again. Says I got the Chris Hall's Cunningham Mean Machine comic.
Mean Machine. That's great. That's what I was saying last week about Judge Dredd, that when they had the Angel Gang and Mean Machine in it, with Sylvester Stallone. Just like they did some good fan service in that film. I know Sly took his helmet off and all that, but yeah, they did some good stuff in there.
Just some great stuff in general in those years. 2000.
2008 is great.
Just really running on some creative cylinders there.
I'd love to have drawn for 2018. Would love to.
I know both Guy Davis and Vince Locke, they were local at the time. They did Judge Dredd stories.
Yeah.
Single stories,
wow.
Yeah.
That'd do. Right. Just the one.
Yeah.
It's like I got to draw Batman. I got to be in Doctor Who magazine. You know, that 2 out of 4 ain't bad. It's that I'd love to have drawn Captain Britain in his old costume, and I'd have loved to have drawn for 2000 AD. But I got the first two. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I think the only way I could top that is if somebody came to me and said, top the two that I did get, is if somebody came to me and said, we've got this Tom Baker story. Would you like to draw it? That I'd freak out for that. That would be fantastic. But it ain't going to happen. So,
yeah, well, you know,
I think Doctor Who is unfortunately far past its prime now. It's I think it needs a bit of a rest.
Well, past its sell-by date.
Yeah, it needs a rest.
Well, it's not the character; it's the talent.
It's everything. It's everything. It's like all the Marvel stuff as well. It's like it doesn't matter now what the MCU come out with; they've blown it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how good a film. You know, so for instance, they've got this Thunderbolts. You know what? I actually turned off the Thunderbolts trailer because I was getting bored. Yeah, I was just like, this isn't, and I couldn't actually tell you why. Because it had some action in it, and it had, you know, this, that, and I was just like, this is not interesting me at all. I'm not interested in the latest Captain America movie. Mackay, is that the actor for that?
Mackie.
Yeah, Mackie. I really like him. I think he's a great actor. I really like him. He's got screen presence, but I'm just not interested in the film. Yep. And the Spider-Man film was great, but again, after watching it a second time, I realised just how Easter eggy it was and how much fan service it was, which is great, but it doesn't make for a great universe. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make for a great set of films, and I'm just like, I haven't seen the third Guardians of the Galaxy either. I'm not interested, and I love the first two films. I've completely switched off. So it doesn't matter how good their films are. I mean, this Fantastic Four trailer that didn't look that bad. It looked quite good. And some of the concepts I've heard of what they think they're going to be doing with it they're good concepts. But I've lost interest. I have lost interest, and that's the problem. People, if you don't continue with the standard of the quality that people love, that have brought you the audience in the first place, people just switch off. And then it doesn't matter what you come back with after they've switched off. They've switched off. E.g. Star Wars. Star Wars. It doesn't matter what you think about the whys and wherefores, woke, not woke, whatever. There was too much Star Wars, and there was too much Star Wars at too low quality. And now people have got with the greatest brand in the world ever, Star Wars. And now people have gone, meh, not interested. You can't get them back because people are not interested.
Everybody says how great Skeleton Crew is, but I'm not in any hurry to watch it. And I loved Star Wars when it was out. I was fanatical.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it's it stopped after the sixth film. Basically, I don't mind the prequels. I quite like them. I know it broke a few things, but I quite enjoyed them. They were in the spirit of Star Wars, and the Mandalorian was okay. The first two series, especially when Luke turned up at the end of the second series, that was great.
Yeah. Yep.
But everything else,
Yep.
I have no interest in whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist.
And some of that Andor is okay, but some
of it is supposed to be really quite good. Yeah, but I've lost it.
There's so much of it that's just painful to watch. You sit
Those
there and
three,
you go, no, that's not how the character would act at all.
Those three new films, they just screwed the pooch.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just put those characters back in the same room or the same cockpit on the Millennium Falcon and just give us what we wanted? Okay, you could have done everything else. And then even then, why didn't they do good things with who was the black guy in it? Who was the stormtrooper?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I can't remember the actor's name. Finn, the character's name. He was a great character. You know, there was that first film. Although it was just a repeat of 4 and 7 or whatever the numbers are. It still had something to it. You could have had some fun with that. There was some great. Finn was a great character, and they just absolutely ruined it. And you just think, well, I'm done. And then along with all the other crap that they put together, all the canon breaking stuff, and it's not just Star Wars. It's like Star Trek. The MCU have done it to themselves. The DC stuff was just a mess. Even though I like some aspects of some of the bits, it was just a mess.
We'll see what Gunn does with it.
Yeah, but do you know what? I've lost interest. Fight. Yeah, I've lost interest. I'm just like, I don't care what he does. I'm not interested. It's like Marvel Comics now. I don't care. I've lost interest in those characters. The characters I loved were the ones I loved growing up. And okay, I understand things change. You try to bring in new audiences and all that kind of stuff, whatever the arguments for and against and all the rest of it. But if you lose your old audience, then you're throwing money in the bin. You know, you're just not taking advantage of that, and they've lost me as an audience.
Literally flushed it down the toilet.
Yeah, literally flushed it down the toilet, and I'm like, okay, but I'm not interested anymore. To the point that I'm, like I am. I know that you're always interested in your own projects, but there are a few projects that go round, like Perfect 10 from Genuine Comics, from Dave over at Genuine Comics. That's a great series. Black and White, is it? From Artie Bear. That's a great series. And there are a few others doing the rounds as well. And those are like, I want to get those. And my own projects, like the Atlantean, I read your story and I interpret it, and I'm so totally into that I have barely any interest left for any of these big brands that I used to love. Yep. They're all gone because they're just not the same anymore.
They fostered their own apathy, is what they
they have. They fostered. That's perfect. Yes, what a perfect phrase.
People not to care.
Yeah.
And then I saw what they're doing with the Avengers movie, and I'm just, you guys are blowing it so badly. It's not even funny. Having Downey Jr. go around and collect evil versions of all of these old characters, and instead of Chris Evans as Captain America, he's going to be Captain Hydra, and instead of Scarlet Witch being Black Widow, she's going to be Madam Hydra. Just don't.
Do you know why that worked in the past in the What If comics? It's because they were What If comics. And what they're doing is they've done that What If series, isn't they? And they put these What Ifs in, and they do their gender and race swaps, or they do their allegiance swaps, or whatever it might be. And then they bring those and they put them in the main world. They put it in the main universe, 616, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that was never what If was about. What If was What If. This is it. And it was the same with Elseworlds. It's like, the Brian Bolland Batman, the Killing Joke. That was an Elseworlds.
Yeah,
that was not supposed to be part of the main canon, and they've brought it in along with, fancy having effectively something that in Watchmen, where if you did some kind of commentary on superheroes and their place in our society and how it might work if they were potentially real. And then 20 years later, you just fold that into your DC universe. How
Yeah.
bloody ridiculous is that? Does that just scream that you don't have any more ideas?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to be very popular probably, but it's like, why? Why do that? Stop
Well, the sad thing for me about that is that they've lost their they've lost the idea or the ideal of what superheroes are supposed to be.
Yeah, yes.
And a lot of the whimsy has just been worked out of it. Superheroes aren't real. They're not supposed to be real.
No.
They're supposed to be fantastic. They're supposed to be in almost a fantasy, almost a cartoony type world. Absolutely, Stan was right. They want to show the world outside your window, but you don't want to show them everything.
No, the world outside your window, that expression was just so that you could fit those superheroes into New York or whatever.
Not just that, but
and
so
relate
that they
to
can
them.
Include everybody. I mean, they were doing DEI long before.
Yeah,
you know.
But the point was
became politicized.
Yeah, but the point was to make it relatable, not on a am I seeing the same color as me or the same sex or the same gender. That was not what he was talking about. He's talking about humanity. He's talking about being humanly relatable. These are the issues these are the problems that all humans have, you know, with whether it be relationships, whether it be, you know, how does my power effectively, what I am good at, what I do in my world, relate to the way that I interact with my family and the rest of humanity, but on a bigger scale. You know, you accentuate it because of the superhero aspect. That was the point. That's the point. Superheroes are the best of us, and supervillains are the worst of us. Supervillains aren't there for you to sort of understand them and feel sorry for them because they might have had a traumatic childhood. They're villains. They're going to kill you. They're going to wipe out the universe. You know, it's got to be that extreme. It's got to be that dramatic because it's about representing those aspects of humanity, and you can't do that mildly. You have to go all the way. And it's just all the superhero books now have just become. They've started to represent the small aspects of society, those sort of, it's almost like it's instead of it being a battle for the cosmos or a battle for good and evil, or you know those core aspects of right and wrong, it's now, you know, have I upset someone because I've bought the wrong latte? It's just so pathetic, so much of it.
They're down to the horrible minutiae, and they shouldn't.
Yeah, minutiae. That's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah.
They should be fantastic. You know, everybody wants to read Supergirl fighting the parasite, but they don't want to read Supergirl getting a parasite and having to sit on the john.
No, you know? No, exactly. It's just
that's what it
and,
is.
There
has to be a fantasy element sitting there.
Yeah, and back to the comics.
Matt Black's is Tom Baker for me.
He was
the best Doctor. Yeah,
he is Doctor Who. He is Doctor Who.
That painted 90s comics era of 2000 AD must have a comeback. You'll see it. You'll see it cycle back, I think. Should watch it. Russ.
Yeah, my son says it's good. My son says it's good. Yeah.
Disney, Lucas, Marvel destroy its legacy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars has gone too far. Lucas is milking it for all it's worth. No, Disney is.
Yeah, yes,
or should that be Disney? It's Disney. Yeah, that's Disney. Lucas doesn't have anything to do with it. I'm sure there are nights there are times he just shakes his head when he watches that, if he watches it. Did it bring a tear to your eye when Luke turned up? It did with me. Great scene. Yeah, it was a great scene.
So we'd been through those awful 3 movies. Yeah. And the series, you know, had taken its turns, and you're like, this is a bit more Star Warsy, you know, this is a bit more Star Warsy. And then we got to the end, and Luke turned up and did his thing, and he was like full on powerful Luke, still young but full on powerful Luke, and he just took those robots apart and just crushed them. And you were like, yeah, this is Star Wars. This is great. I was.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was going to say, what a great bit of storytelling that was too, because they were such a menace to the Mandalorian. Luke comes in and just mows right through him.
Takes them out, you know. And it was just like, yes, he's back. Star Wars is back. No, it isn't.
That's exactly how a Jedi would work. Yeah.
Star Wars was not back. That was its dying gasp.
Just a small
Luke
taste.
coming back at the end of the Mandalorian series 2 was the dying gasp of a bold, wonderful franchise that is now lost to us.
HR says, I don't care to waste my time with today's cinema. There's so much greater films made in the past. That's more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. There is some good stuff out there. There's some good TV out there.
All sorts of good old stuff out there that hardly nobody wants to pay attention to.
But they do make there is the odd bit being made. I haven't seen the second or third series of Reacher, but I saw the first series and I thoroughly enjoyed that. SAS Heroes, if you get a chance to see that, that's brilliant.
Third one, I don't think it's come out. Third Reacher,
no, I think it's on its way, yeah. Ungentlemanly Warfare with Cavill.
Yeah.
That is bloody hysterical. You have to watch that. That's really good. There are little diamonds in the rough out there that you can go see. But much rarer now. We should be back onto this comic. This is full on brilliant.
I'm gonna say I just sat through Casablanca yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Turner Classic Movies. I love them. Yeah. HR, would 2000 AD stand today? Not the same. I mean, we are currently living in that time period, whereas when 2000 AD came out, we were in the 20th century. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They had a big debate at the millennia whether or not they should change the title to 3000 AD, and they decided against it.
I got myself a subscription for a year about 10 years ago, and I didn't renew it. Yeah. There you go. It was a shadow of its former self.
More artful done, better in many ways, better cinematic language. 2000 AD should bring back all of the 90s dudes for a celebration comeback. Yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah. A lot of those guys are passing away, though, HR. Esquera's no longer around or with us. Gibson's no longer with us. There's so many of these guys that are, passing. It's a shame.
All painted pages. Nobody would pay for that. You might get an all painted pages if we had a 2000 AD AI edition. But I wouldn't buy it. So there you go.
Down for that, HR. I think heavy metal is all color. Heavy metal.
I'd like to know how they're subsidizing
that. They were crowdfunding. They got like $500,000.
Did they? So, all right. Okay, that's good.
Biz, Fabry, Cunningham, Staples, Power, Critch, Crow, and the rest. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to step out. I'll be 2 minutes.
More Slaine here. Oh, so now I have to fill the airtime. Okay.
You'll be fine. Don't worry. I'll be 2 minutes.
All good. A lot tighter structure here. A lot of storytelling going on. Almost looks like the half pages that we were doing with Blueberry there. Two different sections. Almost looks like he's drawn on a different size. I wouldn't be surprised if he was maybe 2 up there or something. Doing it on different board. More tight looks here. Just going to keep moving through. Oh, there we are. It's getting a lot looser here on this page. He's a lot more open on his inking style. Breaking down a little bit. And he's back to a lot more solid here on this page. I don't know why that was so much lighter. Big difference, though. Maybe he was on a tight deadline. Very dark here. Might have picked up an apprentice that was inking over his stuff. Never know. Yeah, we'll look at more 2000 AD stuff. I want to look at Strontium Dog. We've done Rogue Trooper. We've done Nemesis. And now that's all archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. You can go over there and check out our archives. We've looked at quite a bit of that material. I love this stuff, just like Russ does. Just really up to my appreciation for foreign comics in general. Tried to watch Valerian again. I've tried a couple of times since it was out. I saw it at the theater, but sat and tried to watch that again yesterday too, and couldn't quite get through it.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah,
Valerian. I didn't
Valerian.
mind that. Although I have to say, I
City of-
haven't read the comic. I just saw the film.
Yeah, it was painful. A lot of it, I thought, especially the dialogue between Valerian and Lorelei, I'm just sitting there cringing and going, "Wow, these script writers are a mess."
Well, yeah, that's always the case, isn't it?
The dialogue people were just, I mean, the imagination on it is phenomenal. There's not enough movies out there. What Luc Besson, I think, did it, the same guy who did Fifth Element.
Yeah.
There's not enough movies out there that can completely remove you and put you in a different world. I just wish the dialogue was written better and it was edited a little differently, but there was a lot of imagination in that movie. Just crazy good.
Right. He's taken a step back towards the abstract.
Yeah, he kind of broke out at the end of the last
there you
story.
Go, look.
He got looser again. And then he gets a little tighter here.
Maybe that's a faster style for him.
Might be. Yeah.
Now we're looking at it thinking, oh, look at all that sketchy stuff. But that might be like a default that he just like whizzes through and the darker stuff is not.
He sure is nailing it here, though.
Oh God, yeah. But it's not just the blacks; it's the underpinning of his facial features and stuff. It's a bit more abstract than that stuff we were looking at.
Yeah,
yeah.
And he's also really crowded. Look at this.
There's loads of stuff going on. That's a lot of panels.
12 panels on that page. Just crazy.
12 panels.
It's got a lot of ground to cover, apparently. That must be and it's a Mills script. Yeah, it's a Pat Mills script. Oh, boom. There we are.
Wow. But again, the blacks.
Almost back to his old thinking style here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then back to being. Wow. I was saying while you were gone, he might have picked up an apprentice.
Possibly.
Or they have somebody up there that he's passing the inks off to, or the majority of them, because they're a lot more solid and very different from what they're doing here. Or he might originally start out like this and just tighten it up with the spotted blacks as well, and he just didn't do that on this page. I'm not sure. Beautifully done in any case. Yeah, see, now we're back to real big solids and tight storytelling. We're back to a grid instead of being loose, a little looser here.
But darker.
Yeah, darker.
Yeah.
That's nice. Look at that.
Lovely work.
Yeah. A ship sailing in the clouds. It's sharp. Sharp stuff. What are we looking at for time?
We're close.
Hour and a half here. So we'll be able to finish this off. There's not much more to go. A couple more chapters, I think. Look at that. That looks nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's the cover. That one on that panel on the left-hand side there with the axe and everything, that with the ship in the background. That's on the cover of that book that on Amazon that I was saying.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it looks like he's blending what he was doing, the two different styles that he had.
Yeah,
here. It looks
he's blending
like
them there. Yeah.
Of the two.
Making him super McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's really blended it here. Look at that perspective. Nice. Just bends that camera just a little.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
That's a real nice touch. And again, 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 panels on that page.
That's a lot of panels. Mind you, the format allows for a bit more, doesn't it? Because it's squarer and bigger.
Yeah. Yep. And this looks like it could have been done in 2 pieces, almost. I was still wondering if he's not working on a different size board.
Yeah, possibly.
It's because the detail's so much tighter here. Matt says, "All right, fellas, I need to go out. Let's just see you
Ta-ta.
Sunday." Thanks, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. HR says goodbye. Yep, waves. Thanks for stopping by, Matt. We are archived, like I said, at those YouTube channels I mentioned earlier. You can watch us at any time, catch up on anything that you missed. Great stuff. Volcano. Crazy good.
I love those stripes in the sail. That's great.
Yeah.
And that, look, straight up woof. The way he's got the boat picked out there, it's just
Took out one of them, it looks like.
Yeah, brilliant.
This is nice. Nice. What is that? An emu? Not an emu. Elk. Anyway, nice deer-like creature there. Yeah. Gazelle. There we are. Again, how great is that? Right out in front.
Remember Mike Mann doing a Judge Dredd story when they were doing the arc of the Judge Child, and Judge Dredd was out in space.
Okay.
And they came across this like planet that was trying to eat them with all the spindles and tentacles and stuff. And Mike Mann did such a splendid job on it.
Really like that page.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that page at all. It's just great. It's fantastic stuff. I love the necklace sitting here showing movement, just everything.
Yeah, everything.
Look at that page for a while.
It's everything there. Yeah.
Look at that, the ship falling here in the background. A little bit of trees, foliage back
People
here.
Jumping out of that ship because they're on fire.
Yeah, a lot of great touches on this page. Just phenomenal. It's very thought out. That sword in front of the panel here, just really well done.
Everything about it. Yeah.
So then here, it looks like grass. Sharp. Oh, look at those trees.
Wow. And the lighting on them as well.
Negative space here.
Yeah. He's doing the whole thing here, isn't he? He's going the whole way.
He's kicking it out.
Just, wow.
Little bear hiding behind trees. Little cat, tiger. Look at that bark. Just, beautiful. It's what a panel. Look at that. That's just sharp. What great stuff. Yeah, it's so fascinating to come back and look at this stuff now. I couldn't tell you what the story was about, but I did read it when I got it. Loved it. Loved it then, but now we're going back and looking at it with almost different eyes, and you're seeing all of this phenomenal detail. Look at that boar.
I'm pretty sure I picked this prog up. Yeah.
Look at all of this. That's just great. Is that bear? Here, big bear and a wolf. Wow. Just incredible stuff.
Just the amount of quality coming out in those times.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so much of it.
One of those big high points in sequential art, I think.
Yeah. Like late 70s
era. Yeah.
Early 80s. Yeah. Just.
You get that time. I've talked about that before, where you get the right person at the right place with the right talent detector. And then you have this era of phenomenal stuff like the EC work and Marvel, early Marvel 60s, 70s work, where everybody's just doing work like this, their own individual fantastic stuff.
Just everywhere you look is just quality. Yeah.
Showing you what sequential art's all about. It's still getting a little looser now.
Gone a bit shadier and a bit more abstract again. Just the way he bounces backwards and forwards.
Yeah. It's got to be a time thing. Here's a big wood god character back here. Nature beast. A little Celtic swings here.
Yeah, I love the way he's put those panels in there like that.
It's just amazing. It's got a little bit of reminds me a little bit of Alex Nino.
Yeah.
Alex has inked a few stories like that. It's crazy material. Yep. Almost at the end of it. Fantastic. Like maggot worms.
This what's his name? From the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Gory's work? No.
The film Nightmare Before Christmas by
Burton.
Yeah. With the Mr. What was his name?
Jack?
No, the bad guy in it. The sack. He was full of insects and.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
He was great. That's what it looks like. He's made up of insects and maggots and stuff.
Yeah. Slaine will return.
Really? In the next book?
Yeah, probably.
That's the end of it.
It is.
Yeah.
Slaine the Origins.
I love black and white. Right the way down to the presentation as well. Just love it. It's so cool.
These other great releases from DC Comics. Wow, that's a back cover too. There we are. Celtic Pride.
Yeah. Which month is that?
There you go. Slaine, Warriors Dawn, folks. Combination of 2000 and DC, back when they were cooperating. Reprinting a bunch of stuff. Doing a lot of collections. Did a few collections, about a dozen or so. And then I think 2000 was bought out by Rebellion shortly after that. And like we keep saying, just a shadow of its former self.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah. There's the odd good thing in there, but
yeah,
I haven't heard of anything that's rocking the landscape of comics.
So next Friday, folks, we deeply appreciate you stopping by, watching Slaine. Next Friday will be a pre-recorded episode, and I got a book for us to look over. You might like.
Woohoo! The Black Dragon. Well, Chris Claremont's always worth reading.
Claremont and John Bolton. Or he did the cover as well, I believe.
Nice.
Great stuff coming, folks, from Titan Comics.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's great.
Yep. Black Dragon next week, folks.
Nice.
John Bolton, Chris Claremont, dragons, knights in shining armor. Be a lot of fun. Hope you'll stop by then. All right. And again, deeply appreciate you being here. Sorry Glenn wasn't with us today. I'm sure if he overslept or he's taking his beautiful wife out for a Valentine's Day brunch. So we wish him well. Anybody else here as well? We appreciate your chat. Anytime you watch this program, please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. If you have any suggestions of work for us to look over, we'll be more than happy to consider your suggestions if we haven't already covered them. We've covered a lot. We've been doing this for a couple of years and we love doing it. We're not getting paid to do it. We're not asking for tips or looking for that YouTube monetization. We do this because we love it, because we love this art form. We're in this industry and we think comics are an incredible form of communication and entertainment.
That said, the more people that see, the more we can spread the word, the more that we can show what we do show.
Exactly.
So do subscribe, please. Do hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
Whatever the channel, Indie Comics Network, Randy's channel, my channel, just subscribe so that we can continue to share. That's what it's all about.
This Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. on Sunday, we're going to be looking at the last half of this book as a complete change of pace.
Oh, yeah.
Agonizing Love, the golden era of romance comics. As Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. We are Agonizing Love on Sunday, 9 a.m. Make sure you swing by. And don't just dismiss it because it's romance comics. There's some great artwork there.
Stuff in there. Yeah.
Sunday's show was definitely a classic. We had a few extra people on and the conversation wandered who knows where, but it was a great show. I'm sure this Sunday's is going to be just as good. So swing by Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. And again, we are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel, as well as you can catch us live on X and Facebook, on my page as well, or whenever you want to run across us. And again, leave a comment, leave a like if you can. The more communication you have with that platform, the better our algorithm. So feel free to do that. Look for the Atlantean and Shadow Kingdom around. Very proud of both works. One, the Shadow Kingdom's a very faithful adaptation of Robert E. Howard's classic short story that started the sword and sorcery genre. The Atlantean is a continuation of the characters from the Shadow Kingdom as we take them off on their own original sword and sorcery style adventures as they go to track down the race of shape-shifting lizard people that tried to take Cull's throne away from him in Shadow Kingdom. Please look those up. We're very proud of them. Look for fundmycomic.com and the different, many different campaigns that are going on. You can find Perfect 10 over there. Some great work by Tim Tyler. And soon you will find Atlantean 3 or Atlantean 2 over there as well. That campaign will start in March.
Yeah.
Atlantean 3 is in production. I'm working on the script on that now.
Yep. The idea is that March we do the Atlantean 2, and then in July we do Atlantean 3, and in October we get Atlantean 4. So there you go. It's non-stop.
I got the story for 4 already too. So
and we have a surprise coming for 4 as well.
It'll be good.
That we won't tell you about yet.
Yep. Russ, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me. There you go. Get the right button, you old geezer. You can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for the email list so you can track all the information you need about the Atlantean, where to get it, when it's happening, when it's going on, and all the other social media connections that I have. They're all there at my website, russleach.com. Occasionally I update it, put some new artwork up, but that's because I'm so busy I don't get to do that anymore. But yeah, check out the social medias. But most important, sign up for the email list, russleach.com. There you go.
There we are. And folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. I'm associated with Arrow Comics, wherever you find Arrow Comics. In the last couple decades, I've been involved in one way or another. There's a lot of great books out there. Just take a look. Go check out fundmycomic.com again. Go look there for those other great some great campaigns there that I'm sure there's something up there that you will enjoy. If you love comics, tell people you love comics. Give comics as gifts. Go visit your local retailer and visit those boxes that might have a little bit of dust on them that are closest to the floor, those old great black and white magazines. There's so many great gems out there waiting to be discovered. And if you've got great comics, if there's great comics that you remember reading as a kid, go back and reread those and remind yourself how great that they are, because you can't get much better than a lot of the stuff that we've been showing here on our programs. And but there's so much stuff to show. We're never going to run out of material for these. Never. So because there's so much great material out there. So folks, we'll see you Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. Indie Comics Network. If you are looking for something else to watch, the Indie Comics Network has a wide variety of programming from a wide variety of people that you might want to check those out as well. And make sure you leave a like and a comment. Let us know if there's something you'd like us to look through. There's a lot of great stuff coming up, so stay tuned. And other than that, if you want to see me in person, I will be at the Great Lakes Comic Con, which will be going on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Kevin Eastman will also be there. A number of other professionals, and Sam Jones from Flash Gordon is the special guest this time, and he'll be there as well. And we want to stop by if you can and support the DeSantis family and their efforts to keep that show going, especially with their the creator of the show, Mike DeSantis, passing away suddenly over the weekend. So we, again, our deepest condolences to that family and wish them well. Looking forward to that show. That show's always good. Every year I will be emceeing at least one panel there, or at least sitting in on one on small press independent comics. And we hope that you stop by and enjoy it. If you do, tell folks that you saw this program and that I recommended the convention. I'll give you a free comic book. I'll give you a free Arrow comic. Just for stopping by. I got books to give
more than I get.
I'd rather be red than rich. Yeah, I gotta send you. I keep hoping one of these days those shipping rates are going to be next to nothing. And
that'd be nice.
By
the time the shipping rates will be all right, I'll be on a plane and come over and see you.
Well, it might be cheaper. To tell you the truth, at this point, that shipping would probably be a good $65, $60, $80 to get you a proper box of stuff over there.
That's just stupid.
So, and it's not even a full comic box. So, yeah. The last box I shipped out, I think, was within the States, was $60.
Good Lord, no, that's just stupid.
It was about a half-size comic box. Just crazy. The shipping prices now.
Stupid.
Insane. Folks, thanks again for stopping by. Please do it again. We'll see you soon. We'll catch you on the next one. Go out and buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours. And give them us gifts. Like I said, talk positively about this industry. There's enough trolling and negativity out there. And believe me, spite marketing is useless in the long run. Marvel and DC both, really. All of the big corporate franchise owners are going to be figuring that out in the years to come, that making you hate something just makes you not care after a while.
Yeah. Don't confuse our criticism, which hopefully is constructive, with hate. Because it isn't. We just want everybody to do well. We want everyone to create great comics because we love them. So
we grew up on this stuff. We escaped real life with this stuff, and we want it to continue.
If you love a comic like ours, The Atlantean, or any other comics done by any of the other people that we mentioned, or just any comics in general, if you love them, you think they're great, share them with your friends and family. Tell people how great they are. Yeah. We need an environment like Japan or Europe where people are reading, comics on the tube, on the train, on the bus,
everything. Everywhere. Yep.
Yeah, everywhere. People need to understand that comics are an art form, a legitimate art form, and are the best storytelling medium of all time.
And easily accessible when it's done right.
Yep.
Again, folks, take care. See you Sunday. Hopefully see you on the next one. Stop by, say hello. You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach Russ on Facebook as well. X. You can find us both over on X as well. I'm not there very much, but Russ is there a lot more than I am.
I'm there, yeah.
In the meantime, folks, take care. Have a great weekend. Be kind to each other. Be kind to everybody. Try to leave this industry in better shape than what you found it. And we will see you soon.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
That's right.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
How dare you?
Get off my lawn.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage. Where?
How many times a week do I eat butter sausage? I can't count that high.
Type of holes people prefer. Donut holes or Hardee's new biscuit holes?
B-hole.
Yeah.
The B-hole has it over the A-hole for sure.
Why? What do you like about it?
The A-hole seems kind of small.
It's great.
I just don't like the A-holes.
B-holes are tasty and flavorful.
The A-hole is nasty.
A-hole tastes funny. I guess I'm just kind of a B-hole kind of guy.
Introducing biscuit holes with icing. The best kind of holes money can buy. New at Hardee's.
Ship my pants. Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.